Hey y'all, so today is Sunday, April 19th, and it's getting ready to storm. And I want to harvest these onions today. I've been letting them dry out for the past couple of days and not watering them because the necks have bent on them, so I know they're ready. Some of them are good size and some of them not so much. But these are Vidalia onions, and these were actually sets that I bought online. So I'm very pleased with them. And so what I'm going to do is go ahead and harvest the ones with the necks half fallen over and get those pulled out so they won't rot or anything. So that's a good size onion. Not a big, huge size, but big enough. So try to get these before it starts raining. And I have more in another bed that are ready. A lot of my onions went to seed before they even start bulbing up in my big onion bed, but I'm just happy to be able to have some onions. This year, because last year was a bust. That's a good size. Look at that. And these are supposed to be some of the sweetest onions that we have here in Georgia. So let's get these out. So I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of these out, and then I'll be back. So this is it. We have 12 onions here. And again, these are the Vidalia sweet onions here in Georgia's Zone 8B. This is my first onion harvest for the season. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these into my garage since it's getting ready to rain. Okay, so today is Monday, April 27th, and these are some more Vidalia onions that I'm getting ready to harvest here. And, and they've all fallen over. So, look at that baby. Okay. They're not super big onions, but they're nice size, so you don't have to end up with a whole lot of extra onions. And I'm gonna have to go ahead and use these because the necks are already soft on these. So I'll be freeze drying a lot of these anyhow, so I'm not worried about all that. They're gonna get cut up real soon anyhow. Look at that. Shaking dirt all over the place. Look at that one. That's a good size onion. And these are supposed to be some of the sweetest onions, at least here in Georgia anyhow. They're called Vidalia. That's a little small one. Still can eat it though. Yeah, I should have already harvested these because the necks are pretty soft on these. I just haven't been able to come out and do a whole lot lately, so better late than never. All right, so that's it. Out of this bed anyhow, I still got a couple more spots that I gotta harvest some more onions out of. But that's it for that bed, but this little container here, this little whiskey barrel. So let's move on to the next spot. Okay, so in this bed over here, This is the bed with all my tomatoes in it. And so I'm gonna go ahead and get these onions out of here. That's a good size. I want to come up out of there. And these, I'm not even sure what variety these are, but they're not the Vidalia onions. Probably Texas sweet or something like that. But I think that was one of the other varieties I had. Well, I had a whole bunch of different varieties. And as usual, they get all mixed up. So only the ones that actually marked with Vidalia are the only ones that I actually know what they are. Everything else is just a hit or miss of what variety it is. So some of these haven't quite fallen over yet, but I'm gonna go ahead and take them. Since I'm out here, I'll leave those. I can grow a little more. Get this one. Okay. Get that. I don't want to get those mixed up with this Vidalia, so put those down there. Okay. I think I'm going to go ahead and pull these two also. Well, we'll let those stay for now. Go ahead and get this one. And there's some back in the back. I need to go get, let's see what we got back here. Those are red onions. That one wasn't quite ready. Anyhow, it's up now. Grab these. And that one was just barely sitting up on the ground, on the dirt. Let's see. Can't get those. They're small, but they still eat just as good. I don't know if someone dug that up or what. Anyhow, take it as I can. What is that? Oh, well, put you back in now. Okay. So I think that's it out of this bed. And let's go on to the next spot. Okay, so here along the ground, I got this red onion here. It's ready. That one's not ready. I'll let it stay for now. Let's see if we got any more along this bed that's ready. I don't know what happened to that. Anyhow, it's gone. I don't know what's going on with that one either, but it's gonna stay for now. Well, that looks like that's all that's ready along the ground here. So let's go on to the next spot. All right, so this is the big onion bed here. This is where a lot of the onions had bolted, had flowered before they even had bulbed up. But it looks like some of them, you know, even despite that, they went ahead and bulbed up. So, but as you can see, some of them are a little close. I didn't realize how close they were. Or some of these like maybe 2 onions coming off of one. I'm not exactly sure what's going on with those, but it's a lot of those. And I know I didn't plant onions that close together. But anyhow, I'm gonna go ahead and harvest these, the ones that's fallen over, which is the majority in this bed. Let's see, get all the stuff untangled. Look at that. Looks like that's 3 onions. 3 onions together. So I'll just lay that right there for now. Yeah, I definitely next year won't be putting that many onions in the bed. That's a good size onion. Go ahead and grab these. Yeah, the necks, oh, look how soft those are. The necks are so soft, those are just, the onions are still in the ground. I pulled the leaves out. Yeah, it's been past time for these to be harvested. They're still good. It's just that I'm not going to be able to store them, you know, as raw onions, which is fine with me because some of them I will, but the ones I can't, they're going to get freeze dried anyhow. That one's still good. Move some of that dirt back and let them go. Those are red onions. I think that's what they call it, spooning. I guess I should have been doing that earlier. Pulling back some of the dirt. So I guess that means I planted them too deep. But anyhow, let's go ahead and get this one. This neck is soft. Back over there. Let's get this one. I'm actually excited to get this bed cleaned out so I can get something else planted over here. I might end up planting some more corn. These necks here have fallen over, so let's go ahead and get these out. What's that? Look at that. That's a nice size. Let's lay it there for now. This is definitely a lot of onions. Yeah. And I'm not sure how much more these will bulb up since they've already bolted. And I took the flower heads off, the seed heads off. But since they're still standing up, I will let them continue to sit here. And then I will just have a second round of harvesting onions. Just trying to move back some of the dirt just in case some of them still need to bulb out some more. I think it's kind of early for onions in my zone. I'm not 100% sure. This weather's been so crazy this year. Everything's acting a little weary. So, let's see. Those are still standing. These need to come out. That one's good. That's good. That's good. So, I think I got the majority of the ones that's already falling over. The necks are broken on them. That one's falling over, but the neck is still firm on there. So, let me grab these up. Add them to the collection. So we got some nice sized red onions this year. I don't think I got any last year at all. I don't remember. But that's definitely, look at that. Oh, the onion smells so good. So let's grab these up and move on. Oh. Y'all hurt my foot yesterday. Another freak garden accident. Still healing from my hernia and then end up hurting my foot. So, but it's not broken. But anyhow. So let me get these onions, put down this phone before I be done did something else, and get these onions over into the other area, and I'll be back. Okay, so these are all the onions that we still have left in this bed here. And some of them I probably could go ahead and harvest, but none of them necks have completely fallen over, but I have plenty already to process. So I'm in no rush. So now let's go take a look at the ones that I just harvested. All right, so here are the onions that I just harvested. So up here we have the Vidalia onions. Those are the ones that I got out of that first round whiskey barrel. Then these are the ones, you got some red onions and some other onions that I got out of the bed with the tomatoes. And these are the onions that I got out of the long onion bed. So I am pleasantly, I wouldn't say surprised, but I'm very happy and thankful for what I did get. And just to know that I still have more to harvest later on is amazing. So this is actually a good onion year. Although I don't have any super duper sizes in here. I mean, they're good sizes for cooking. So you don't like to waste onions, because a lot of times I end up wasting onions. So these are the perfect sizes for me when I'm cooking. And not only do we still have onions in the bed, we still have onions over here in the ground. And I was just thinking, I think those are these Ulster Craig onions they're long day onions that I kind of knew weren't going to work. It was just a trial. I think that's what these are, the ones with the big stalks like that. So, but anyhow, I'm gonna let them sit right over here. Plum still falling off the tree. But I'm gonna let them sit right over here and do their thing until the necks start to break on them. And got a few more red onions still in the ground. And this is actually a good year for the red onions. So, but yeah, so that is it for my onion harvest today. Thank you for watching. Y'all, look at here. I totally forgot about these onions over here. These are some more Vidalia onions, and they definitely need to be picked also. What the hell kind of hole is that? Something digging out here in the ground. Anyhow, so I definitely need to, I don't know what's in that hole there. Let me put something over there. Something jump out at me. I'm gonna have a heart attack. So let's sit that there for now. Cover that up. Anyhow, go ahead and pull these. These are some more of the Vidalia onions. I definitely will be growing these again next year. Let's sit those right there. Some of them didn't do that well, but that's okay. I can't believe I almost forgot about these over here. Why is this falling down? Okay. Need to readjust the camera so I don't fall. Okay. And get all of these up out of here. There's a couple that's still standing straight up. So I'm gonna let those two stay there. But everything else has got to come out. Look at that big mama. Look at that. That's a big one. So yeah, so there's some more here. So now I gotta go find space on the rack for these. I'm gonna let those two stay for now. All right, so now this is the final onion harvest for today. So yeah, so I put the rest of those Vidalia onions up here, and I'm taking this one in tonight, and I'm gonna make some onion rings. So but yeah, so that is the onion harvest for today, and I can't wait to taste these, to see how they taste. So hopefully they taste as good as everybody say they are. So thank you for watching, and if you haven't done so already, please hit that like button, subscribe to my channel, and hit the notification bell so you'll be notified when I upload more content. Thank you for watching.